If you have ever wondered why some men escape mediocrity while others stay trapped forever, listen carefully. This is not about Amazon. This is not about luck. This is not about intelligence. This is about psychology. Jeff Bezos did not wake up one day and become a billionaire. He trained his mind for years to operate in ways most people never attempt. And everything starts here. Fact number 1. He chose regret over fear, and that killed fear forever. Most people believe fear is the enemy. It isn't. Regret is. At 30 years old, Jeff Bezos had what society calls success, a prestigious Wall Street job, a strong salary, security. But security has a hidden cost. It slowly convinces you to stop becoming more. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" Bezos asked a far more dangerous question. What will I regret not trying when I'm old? That single question flipped his psychology. Fear became smaller. Comfort became suspicious. Staying safe became the real risk. Most people choose the pain they know. Bezos chose the pain that ended regret. Lesson: fear fades with time. Regret compounds forever. Fact number 2. He thought in decades while others thought in paychecks. The average person thinks like this: what can I gain this month? What will people think this year? How fast can I see results? Bezos rejected that mindset early. He chose a different time horizon. 10 years, 20 years, a lifetime. That's why Amazon looked stupid for so long. No profits, endless reinvestment, constant criticism. But Bezos understood something most people never do. If your timeline is longer than everyone else's, you can afford to look wrong temporarily. Psychologically, this gave him an unfair advantage. While others panicked, he waited. While others chased applause, he built infrastructure. While others quit when results were slow, he doubled down. Lesson: short-term thinking creates stress. Long-term thinking creates power. Why this matters for you. Right now, someone else is building a future while you are waiting to feel ready. They're not smarter. They're not braver. They're just thinking further ahead. If you only think about today, you will always be replaceable. If you think in decades, you become dangerous. Most people fail because they lack talent. They fail because they react emotionally to things that don't matter. Jeff Bezos understood this early, and it gave him a massive edge. Fact number 3. He mastered emotional control while others lost focus. When Amazon started, the criticism was brutal. People said, online shopping will never work. Amazon will collapse. This man is burning investor money. Most people would defend themselves, argue, explain, prove something. Bezos did none of that. He understood a deep psychological truth. Your emotional energy is limited. Spend it on reacting, and you starve your vision. Instead of reacting, he redirected his focus, building logistics, improving customer experience, expanding infrastructure. While others were talking, he was building. Lesson: the man who controls his emotions controls the outcome. Fact number 4. He understood that silence is a strategic weapon. Bezos rarely explained his plans in detail, not to critics, not to competitors, sometimes not even to investors. This wasn't arrogance, it was strategy. He knew something most people don't. Explaining too much invites doubt. Moving quietly invites results. Silence protected his momentum. While competitors reacted to rumors, Bezos was working with clarity. Psychologically, silence does 3 things. It keeps your mind clear. It protects your confidence. It delays unnecessary interference. Lesson: you don't owe the world an explanation for your ambition. Fact number 5. He detached his identity from public opinion. Most people tie their self-worth to praise, likes, approval, validation. Bezos didn't. He separated who he was from what people thought. That separation is rare and powerful. Because when criticism came, it didn't break him, and when praise came, it didn't slow him down. He remained neutral, focused, cold when necessary. Psychological truth: if people's opinions can lift you, they can also destroy you. Bezos chose independence. Why most people never develop this strength? Because emotional control is uncomfortable. It means letting insults go unanswered, watching others misunderstand you, delaying validation, standing alone longer than feels safe. Most people would rather be liked than respected, rather be loud than effective. Builders choose differently. A hard truth you need to hear. If criticism still controls your mood, you are not ready for power yet. Because growth attracts resistance, success attracts envy, progress attracts noise. And the louder the noise gets, the calmer your mind must become. Jeff Bezos chased something far more powerful. He chased value, and that decision rewired everything. Fact number 6. He obsessed over customers while others obsessed over profit. Most entrepreneurs ask, how do I make money fast? Bezos asked, how do I make this so good people can't ignore it? That question shaped Amazon's DNA. Lower prices even when it hurt margins, faster delivery even when it cost more, better experience even when nobody was asking for it yet. Why? Because Bezos understood a psychological law of wealth. Money is a side effect of value delivered consistently over time. When you focus directly on money, you cut corners. When you focus on value, money follows you naturally. Lesson: if people love what you build, wealth becomes inevitable. Fact number 7. He built on trust that compounds faster than cash. Amazon didn't win because it sold products. It won because people trusted it. Trust that the item would arrive, the return would be easy, the price would be fair. Trust is invisible, but once broken, it's almost impossible to rebuild. Bezos protected trust obsessively. Psychological fact: trust compounds like interest. One good experience turns into a habit. Habits turn into loyalty. Loyalty turns into dominance. Most people trade long-term trust for short-term profit. Bezos did the opposite. Fact number 8. He built infrastructure while others built image. Many people want to look successful. Bezos wanted to be unstoppable. While competitors spent money on image, hype, and branding, Bezos invested in warehouses, logistics, technology, systems. These things aren't exciting. They don't get applause. They don't go viral. But they create moats competitors cannot cross. Psychologically, people who chase image burn out. People who build infrastructure last. Bezos was willing to look boring because boring foundations create extraordinary results. The shift most people never make. Here's the shift that separates builders from hustlers. Hustlers ask, how can I extract value? Builders ask, how can I create so much value I become inevitable? Bezos chose inevitability, and once something becomes inevitable, competition becomes irrelevant. What this means for you: if your focus is money alone, you'll always feel pressure. If your focus is value, pressure disappears. Ask yourself, what problem do I solve? Who do I serve deeply? How can I do it better every year? Those questions don't make you rich overnight. They make you dangerous over time. Jeff Bezos used failure as a tool. That single difference separated him from millions. Fact number 9. He treated failure as information, not a verdict. One of Amazon's most public failures was the Fire Phone. It failed badly, lost hundreds of millions. Media laughed. Critics declared it proof Bezos had finally missed. But Bezos never panicked. Why? Because in his mind, failure was not humiliation, it was data. He understood a rare psychological truth: you are not your results, you are your ability to learn from them. The Fire Phone failed, but it trained Amazon in hardware design, voice interfaces, consumer behavior. That knowledge later fed into Alexa, Echo, and smart home dominance. Most people quit after failure. Bezos harvested intelligence from it. Fact number 10. He built a culture where experimentation was mandatory. Bezos didn't try to avoid mistakes, he tried to outlearn competitors. Amazon experimented constantly. Some ideas worked, many didn't, but all taught something. Bezos knew this. If you're not failing sometimes, you're not experimenting enough. Perfection is slow. Experiments are fast. Psychological law. Speed of learning determines speed of success. While others waited to be sure, Bezos moved early and corrected course. Why this mindset is rare? Because experimentation requires humility, emotional resilience, and ego control. It means admitting, I don't know yet. I might be wrong. I'll adjust. Most people would rather look confident than become competent. Bezos chose competence. A truth that will change how you see failure. Failure feels heavy only when you stop moving. When you stay in motion, failure becomes feedback. If you quit, failure defines you. If you continue, failure educates you. Bezos never stopped moving. The bigger picture.
Everything you've heard so far means nothing unless it changes how you act. Knowledge without execution is entertainment. Understanding without discipline is fantasy. Jeff Bezos didn't win because he knew these principles. He won because he lived them daily. Now we connect everything. The Bezos Mental Operating System. Let's put all 10 psychological facts into one clear mindset. Bezos operated with long-term vision, emotional neutrality, obsession with value, respect for failure, and discipline over motivation. These weren't separate ideas, they were one system. And systems create consistency. Consistency creates compounding. Compounding creates outcomes people call luck. Why discipline was his true superpower. Bezos didn't rely on excitement, he relied on structure. He protected his mornings, he prioritized high-quality decisions, he eliminated distractions. He believed something simple but powerful. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. What this means for your life right now. You don't need billions, you need direction. Ask yourself honestly, do I think long-term or short-term? Do I react emotionally or stay controlled? Do I create value or chase validation? Do I fear failure or learn from it? Do I rely on motivation or build systems? Your answers explain your results. The hard truth most people avoid. Most people don't fail because they can't succeed. They fail because they won't change who they are daily. They want new outcomes with old habits, new levels with old thinking, freedom without discipline. Bezos understood, who you become is more important than what you achieve. A direct challenge to you. If you want a different future, start acting like it exists. Invest in skills before pleasure. Choose patience over praise. Build quietly instead of explaining. Stay consistent when no one is watching. This is how average people separate from the crowd.